All right, headed off to my Sunday morning gym. Got my puppies riding in the back with me, hanging out, looking out the window here. And we're off, we're running, we're going. Spent yesterday kind of evaluating and spent a good 6 hours, 8 hours with health and wellness, some people. So, you know, as I say is as I live, okay? That's what I said I would do, right? And I'm not trying to get preachy, and I don't want to be preachy, and I don't want to be know-it-all. I don't want to be any of that. I'm telling you my story, my life, and I can tell you things that can help anybody in any situation. You know, just, I know things that can help people feel better. That's it, man. You know, that's the end of the story, okay? So, going along with that, I spent yesterday, like I said, one of the things I found to do is some health and wellness. Because I'm just me. I don't know crap. I go to a local weather vitamin, a British friend I met yesterday, a vitamin store, a vitamin, right? Oh my God, it sounds so much better when you get somebody with a British accent that says vitamins and we say vitamins, right? There's a lot of stuff out there. There's tons of stuff out there, and a lot of it is junk, and we all take it, and you think you're doing something, you're not, and this and that. So it's key to get good stuff, good products, good stuff, clean stuff, not filled with junk, just like food, just like the dinners we eat and things like that, right? Eat stuff. You want to eat stuff, but you want to eat stuff that's not all processed and junk. Well, it's the same thing. It's the same market, same thing. Everybody's looking to cut money and stuff, so you want to make sure you get the right stuff that's done the right way, that's processed the right way. So, health and wellness, there is nutritional people, there's experts and all that, and I'm none of those, okay? But I can hang out with those people, and I know those people, and I can go to a class with those people. I can have workshops with those people, and I can do that stuff. Some are just nutritionists, some are pure doctors. All of them have learned it, all of them have used it. Be a product of the product, do what you do. Use the stuff so you know what it does. So, that much, yes, got that. All right, do that, live that. That's what I do. So, a big thing, as I was getting to, is, yes, I wish, I'm recently just turned 54, okay? I'm in better condition, better shape of myself than I was when I was 24, all right? Thought I was king of the world, had it going on. But they used a term yesterday that I had my title, my hashtag, my, whatever you call it, right, is healthy mechanics. So it was funny, I thought, funny as heck, that in the wellness class yesterday, in the wellness, not class, but like I said, get together, okay, where we do a little of this workshop, we do some workshops, do this, is they referred to the body and the things to it that having rust, all right? And especially like we live in New England where cars rust and calcium chloride kills the cars and stuff. And I thought that was an hilarious reference for me. Now, I didn't bring it up, somebody else did. And then it was discussed around. And they even, hand the microphone around and some stories from people. Why are you here? What are you doing? What's going on, right? What's your thing? What are you dealing with? And then they got into the antioxidants, right? And we happen to have some leverage, and we deal with Market America, and they have the world's strongest antioxidant, right? And it's an OPC3 thing, okay? So then it's that. And they were referring to that as cleaning and keeping the rust, like the rust on your car, because we all have rust inside us, right? And that goes along with what I say. You say, I move better, I giddy up better, I wake up better, I go better than I did when I was 24, 5, whatever, right? When I thought, I'm king of the world and I'm running around doing this stuff. Now, the reason I use an age reference is not so much age, it's body composition, where you think that, you're younger, you think you're moving, you think you're going, and you're not, you're not living, or you're not putting the right stuff in you, you're not living right, that the stuff could feel better. So that's my story, that's the thing, that's why I go there. People say don't get preachy, like I said, right? And I won't. But I'll tell you what I do, and if that sounds preachy, well, I'm not trying to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just telling you that even if you can't run, you can walk. If you can't walk so good, you can move. You can move your feet, move your toes, get your body moving. Take some stuff to help clear up the rust inside your body, the buildup, and I'm going to even get into a 7-day detox, all right, thing that we have. And I'm going to do that. And I'm going to show you, I want to do it. You know, even what I'm doing now, I can do a 7-day detox thing. Why not, right? So that's coming. All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get that together. I don't know when. I'll put a time on it, a date on. Probably starting like a Thursday, so you got the time to go through it from like a Thursday to Thursday. I was thinking, you know, and somebody wants to do it with me, let me know, because I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna run it, and I'll show you how I do it, and I'll show you what I use. It's actual like kit that I have, and it's a 7-day detox / cleansing kit, and I'm gonna do it to just clean out the stuff, you know, fire up the stuff inside me, clean it out, get the naturals going, get out the toxins, get out the stuff. Same thing with the antioxidants, just flush everything through. Example of me, right? We talk about me, is I recently had to up my life insurance thing, right? Change life insurance, whatever, okay? I had to change from one plan to the next, one timed out. So I'll go to another one. Trust me, this is the point to my story. So doing that, and you have to do blood work. Well, the one I had was I think it was a 15-year-old, 20-year-old policy, 15-year-old policy. So it had come to a term, okay? And it was like, all right, we're going to cash this out, and we're going to get another one, get a term one, all right? And so I started checking it out, and like, oh, well, they were all concerned. They're like, oh, you're going to have to do, redo your blood work. And then your evaluation of where you stand and the parameters like they use, everything else, right, and all that is going to be based on your blood work. And I'm like, hell, you know what? Go for it. Well, when I took this stuff before, they didn't have the blood work results and the blood work things they do now, where you did a test and they took it and it was kind of like, oh, okay, you're good or you're not good, or you got like a couple results. Well, man, I did this last month, and they took the thing, and I'm like, I don't know, we'll see how this all comes out. They actually send you a link, and on that link, you can click on that and go into your I guess it's your portal, your account, whatever he calls it, portal now, because it's a digital account, so that's a fancy name, right? You go into that, and in that, it gives you all the breakdown of this and that, and it goes through a whole bunch of stuff. And you know what? I don't take any, opioids, all right? I don't take any blood stuff. I just take my natural vitamins, and I take the stuff, depending on the seasons. I adjusted some with the bees and stuff like that as to what's going on. Right now, I'm taking extra antioxidants because, I'm a mechanic. I have a shop, self-employed. I got to keep going. But, some of my people are in and out, and they got the sniffles, and they got the colds, and customers, whatever, right? And I'm like, holy crap, dude, I don't want any part of this. I can't. I got to keep going. So, you don't get sick. Oh, you don't move on. It's not an accident. It's not because I'm some freak of freaking nature that, you don't get sick. I don't get sick because I'm really, every morning, routine, taking my OPC3, taking my multivitamin every morning, not just once in a while, not just sprinkle it in, like every morning. That's a routine. I get up, I breathe air, I go downstairs, I, fill up a cup, I take my vitamins, I take my OPC3. I'm like, all right, the isotonics form too. Like I said, not taking vitamins, absorbing vitamins, absorbing them, big thing, right? Take those, boom, I'm off and running, okay? And do I want to take that every day? Do I like, oh, this is yummy, let's, it's okay, it's got a great-ish taste to it, fine. But I mean, some days I'm like, dude, I just want to, like, crawl in a hole. I'm like, you take something, it kicks you in the butt. You get your butt moving, you get going. But taking it, you gotta, whatever it is, you gotta take it every day, and you gotta do it all the time, and then it starts to work. So they do my blood work, back to that, and I don't have anything I have to adjust. It's all in parameters. It's all where it needs to be. That's awesome, right? That is awesome. No medication, No, nothing. Just run it through. Just run through my test. Get my butt moving. Awesome. Now, oddly enough, the one thing that was a little on the high scale is BMI, and that's why I call that stuff crap. All right. So I can have all the best blood work in the world. Oh, your BMI is off a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay. So if my BMI was good, but my this or that's off, then that would be okay. Whoa. I go, so right. You know what? Being healthy is inside you. It's what you got going on inside you. It's getting healthy. It's not. Yeah, I mean, there's fats and there's weight and there's stuff that we can all get rid of, right? But that being healthy, even when you get in, you watch the biohackers, you watch the Greenfields, you watch the Breckas, you watch those guys. And by the way, if you want the any more information on the how the ones I talk about, the isotonics and stuff like that, there's those guys talk about that. They're into that. All right. I'm just a simple person doing the stuff that you see those superstars doing, okay? And it's not about, like I said, body composition. It's more like, how's your blood work? How's that working out? So that way you can adjust the things that aren't right and make them better. If you can get the inflammation stuff down, things will be better. I wish I knew that, a long time ago. I wish I'd gotten into that more a long time ago, but I did now. And I can tell you that now, where I am, like I said, example, we did blood work, and they're like all worried about, my numbers were better than they were 15 years ago. I'd have to look at the form. I think it was 15 years ago that I started that term, the life insurance policy I just rolled over. All right? And then I'm better than I was 15 years ago. My knees are better. My joints are better. My legs are better. I didn't do surgeries. I didn't do glue it togethers, right? I'm trying to do it from the inside and just use natural stuff. Now, is every day like, oh my God, glorious, I want to jump around in circles? No. Sometimes you got to kick yourself in the butt a little bit. You got to get moving a little bit. But it comes around. And when it comes around good, So I'm not trying to be preachy. What I'm saying is that it can be done. And I can do it, and all I'm trying to say to everybody is you can do it. You can do it in little increments. You can all do it. And you do a little bit makes you feel a little bit better, and a little bit better makes you feel a little bit better. And then you just kind of keep on moving forward. And, dude, it's awesome, We need to do our JOBs so that we can live our life. And our LIFE has got to be the king of our world. We've got to do it. This crap of oh, man, how many days do you retire? Oh, man, how many days do we do this, do we that? It's got to go. We got to get moving. Yesterday I was in a room full of, I think it was 100 people, 120 people, basically from all over the world, but most of them semi-local, and it was a positive energy of positive people doing positive stuff. Age groups, anywhere from, it was a 5-week-old baby in the room with her mom. So anywhere from that to one lady I know for sure was 90. All right, she said it. She got up, she talked. She was 90, taking the correct vitamins, the correct vitamins to keep herself going and moving, keep her bloodstream going, and not on any pharmaceuticals, And it was awesome, right? And they were all, like I said, they're not all like, oh my God, we're going to be bench pressing today. No, sometimes it's just like we're going to be doing our yoga today. We're going to be moving today. We're going to be doing some body weight exercises, which are, it can be chair aerobics. I've heard it all, right? And they're like, yeah, we're doing it. Okay, great. And then some people are running a marathon. Okay, whatever, right? The point is they're moving, they're living, they're going, and they're all different occupations, from doctors, nurses, to mechanics like myself, to IT people, to I don't know, I think that covers it all, kind of go right there, right? If you go from a doctor to an IT person to somebody who doesn't sleep at all, to somebody who sleeps 10 hours, I mean, it's all, that covers it all. So the biggest thing they had, in common, first of all, is attitude, right? They're all looking to stay moving, stay going, not give up, live a better life every day going forward. Not, oh, I should have done. No, like, okay, yeah, maybe I could have made adjustments sooner, but I didn't. But here we go, and now I'm going to live my life now. And they all were in common where they wanted to help people, like help them live a better life, help them move forward. Be like, all right, here's some information if you want it. Here's a way to go if you want it. You want some help? Here's some help. Move your toe, move your foot. Oh, look, now you can move your whole leg. Oh, move your whole leg. Okay, let's walk a little bit. And all of it came down to like just moving, walking, and then you do a little of this better, you do a little bit of that better. And now it's like, all right, dude, I still love chocolate. I still love sugar and all that stuff, right? But instead of having the whole cake, I'm going to have a piece, right? That's okay. Instead of having a gigantic hot fudge sundae, oh man, I love my ice cream, right? Instead of having a huge hot fudge sundae, I have a smaller hot fudge sundae. And that is okay, all right? That your body can still process and still do something with. If you eat too much of anything or drink too much of anything, your body can't process it, man. All right? And then when it can't process it, it has problems, builds stuff up. You slow down, you build rust. All right? Literally, they use the term rust. And it was a doctor that was using the term rust to describe what builds up in you, what can be cleaned out of you, and what you can do to move and keep going, and what things like the OPC3, the antioxidants, what they do, all right? And the differences in a pill form or isotonics form and how it works. And it was awesome. It was awesome stuff. It works. It's not just a myth. It's not a theme. It's not an infomercial. It's not. I mean, it freaking works. And there's people, real people with it. Myself, from fighting all my, I don't know how many people know the deal where I have scoliosis real bad. All right, I have my spine actually. When it shows up on scans and stuff, it goes one way, then it curves back the other way. And we're trying to straighten that stuff out physically as we go over my life. It's slowly getting better. So I go to massage, I go to chiropractor. But the biggest thing is my mobility and inflammation. If we get that down, we get the inflammation down. I have mobility. You get that down. I mean, keep the inflammation down, keep it under control, keep it down. Then they can actually adjust the spine. You can do some stuff. You can work the muscles around it. You can free stuff up. When I was a long time ago, and then also not that long ago, so not so much because of weight, because of body mass being all inflamed. Okay, when I had to tie my shoes in the morning, this is before they had the slip-on. The slip-ons and Skechers stuff used to be old man stuff, right? So I used to have to tie my shoes, shoelace, right? And I have to put my foot up on the chair and breathe in, and bend down, right? And then stand back up, blow it out. And then, okay, I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna tie the other, and I get out. And hopefully I can tie my shoe in one rep, right? Dude, that is messed up. All right, but that's what I was doing. Okay, I'd get on the floor and I'd stretch my legs or something. And the pain would be off the chart. And I was like, all right. But I guess that's, part of the deal. Then I got myself going one time doing local, well, semi-local, we'll call it, Northeast, right? Working on race cars and stuff and tires. I was in the pits, changing tires. We come in pit stops, not all the time, not like, the full big boys right around, but doing it. And I thought I was good at that, and I thought I was doing stuff. And then I realized even now that then I was still at, I don't know, 50%, maybe 60% of what actual mobility and stuff I could get out of the same body 20 years later, right? Because of inflammation, not because of, oh my God, I went to a surgeon and I got all new pieces and parts. No, man, because of inflammation. You get the inflammation under control, you'll feel better, you'll move better, you move better. Everything is possible. Anything is possible. That's the thing. Anything is possible. Okay? Everything is possible. You can just kind of keep your body moving, and then suddenly things like your daily grind or whatever it is, whether it's daytime, nighttime, whether it's, like I said, nurse, doctor, bus driver, whatever it is, right? Your JOB just becomes part of your day, not all of your day. Your JOB that we all need. We live, in a world where we need money. Everything's monetary right at the end. So you live your JOB. You do your JOB to live your life, right? Not just, oh, hey, I'm going to live my job, come home, and hit the button on the chair and eat something and just sit here for the next 2.5 hours, then go to bed, then wake up and do it again. And in the morning, oh, I'm going to feel better because I have my coffee. My coffee is going to fix me. There's nothing wrong with coffee, but it ain't going to fix you. There's nothing wrong with coffee, but it's not going to get your inflammation down. It's not going to get your joints moving. It makes you feel better because of the caffeine hit, right? But how about if you feel better and then take the coffee? How about if your ground zero is already better? Your level, your baseline, your level, your daily level's better? That's a win, man. And that's a win. And you see how I'm not saying like, oh, you want to crash diet and stuff, because you don't. You'll feel better, you eat better, things will feel better. And it's like a cycle. But you gotta get moving and you gotta feel better. And that's what I have to do. Even on days when I don't want to move or get going. Today's an exception. Today I want to kick butt. Today I want to go. Some days I don't. Friday, went to the gym at 5 a.m., which means I got to get up at 3:30. I got to get my stuff together because I leave the house. I do that. I go to the gym. I go to work. And I don't go home until later, right? But once I got moving and got going, it took the first 20 steps, and then 20 steps turned into 25 steps. And then I took my OPC3, I took my daily routine, right? I did my daily essentials with my vitamins, and all this stuff starts kicking in, and now it's like lubrication. And I'm watching, it was like I could see the rust chunks falling off, coming off of me. I'm like, all right, I feel better. Here we go, a little piece at a time. Went to the gym, did my workout. Life was better, my JOB went better, and people around me, whatever. Surround yourself with some good people. If not, the negative people, just listen for a second and then move on, And life was better.